initially escaped. Some stuff came out of the portal he escaped out of.
Right. That wasn't one of the things, though. You found that book pretty close to and kind of in the possession of Garcio Tenderbottom, the initial mayor of. But yes, it did also come from a portal. And so
I'm gonna write a 1.
Zaylon had to go halfway across the country to
Figure out where the fuck it was at.
Not on my paper. No.
Alright, Mello, you gotta get down, buddy.
And Evie, that's my pen.
Aha!
Alright. Returning to where we were, a very gruff-looking halfling man was approaching Rakshata slowly after him and his hunting group had just taken down a relatively small boar.
Yeah, he just came up to me, so I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna lower my weapon, and I'm going to, like, bow and let them keep the prey.
As you begin to lower your weapon, he just holds his hand up towards you. Says, "No need.
What are you doing on my character?
You strike true. What brings you here?"
Ah, he speaks common. Well, we heard that we may have seen a flying object that may have crashed around here, made a big sound and explosion, and we were trying to track it. Do you have any idea of its whereabouts?
There was something loud deep in the woods. Not comfortable getting any closer.
Same here. I feel like it's so that it makes you uneasy as well when you go in that direction of it.
He just nods.
What if it was? Oh gosh, Mondo.
Yeah.
What if it was like the dark energy from the orb exploding that's making us scared?
That is a wow. That was a very very intelligent theory. I'm very proud of you on that one. But I'm not too sure. That's
I want to.
very smart.
We need to sleep first.
Just as a preface, if we're hanging around, they didn't necessarily make us feel too welcome in town. Is there a reason for that? Are we not like? Is it like a issue of us being different, or?
Is it because we're taller? Because one of your kind is one of my favorite people in the whole world.
That's true. Our best friend's a halfling.
Some of ours don't like travelers. They don't like trade. They think we give away too many of our goods and for too little. Come with me.
Okay.
Him and the hunting group begin making their way out of the woods.
Can I look for any other game? Because I'm still hungry and I just let them have this board, even though it took an arrow to the butt cheek haunch.
Make a perception.
Right in the hand.
Evelyn, stop coming in and out.
Perception. It's another 9, so.
You see a few
Plus
moths.
6.
Slug.
Well, pretty moth.
Good.
Yeah, big juicy slug. Ew, you can keep it slug. Can I catch the moth?
Oh.
You can try to, yeah. Make a dexterity.
Like a cat. Dexterity plus 3. That's a 15.
Yeah, you're just tracking this moth for a little bit. And you're like, your whiskers sort of tense up a little bit and start twitching. Eyes get wide.
Yeah.
You got him. You didn't kill it whenever you caught it either.
You're just cupping
Oh
it.
man.
Kitty
I was hoping to kill it.
Well,
Or
then
just-
you kill it.
Okay. I'm just I
kill
want to
it.
press it. I want to press it in a piece of parchment
Oh.
for rattle
Ooh.
for an adornment. What does it look like?
It is about, I'd say, It's a larger moth.
Oh, it's like a lunar moth.
Not that big, but it's got gray top wings, and then the bottom wings are more of a pale bluish color. Its body is also gray, and its thorax or whatever, it's a little bit furry. It's kind of gross.
You'll love this. I press it in the parchment to dry him out and say a little mini prayer. Can I say a mini prayer while he's cupped in my hands because I just killed a little bug?
Yeah, make a religion.
+4. Forgive me, Otterwide, for killing this bug. Oh, that's a 17. Forgiven.
You're praying with this moth sort of folded into the parchment, and then as you feel the divine energy and warmth fill your body, you feel it begin twitching again between the pieces of parchment.
Oh no! I brought it back to life!
Insect necromancy.
The halflings are like, no, just fucking.
Oh my god!
They don't notice.
I take this as a sign from our way that I probably should let it be. Because
So
I was trying
you
to.
open the parchment back up.
Yeah.
It's still dead.
Oh, the why
You
did it?
you feel the warmth in your body sort of fluctuate a bit, like she's maybe
Prestidigitation.
like otherwise having a bit of a laugh at your expense.
Ooh.
Well, I see you, ma'am. I see you. I just giggle. Rakshata giggles to herself and just keeps it pressed for Rattle.
Evelyn Rose.
It could be a component for something. You never know.
Maybe.
Alchemy.
You need to stop coming in and out of here, okay? If you're gonna be in here, I need you to be quiet.
Improvised weapon.
That's one that she's definitely proficient with.
Cats.
Throwing
yeah,
cats,
absolutely.
yeah.
Conjure woodland animal.
Like a pizza.
Alright, so are you guys making your way out of the woods?
Mondo, can we go back to the edge of the woods so I can detect good and evil?
They're trying to lead you back to the village.
Ugh. It's too late.
There are racists there.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing.
You know,
Maybe we should go. Wait, is Grampton still with us? Yeah. Okay, good. We should go back to the airship.
what do you think, Graham?
Going back to the ship, denying their hospitality.
Very important point.
So, do you think? You think we might get the meal out of this?
What's the human
is this
part
what they
that
call
we don't?
diplomacy? Is that what that's called?
No, I think it's called kindness or something. Some
Okay.
kind of human. It's the human in him talking.
How would I know?
Okay, I don't know. I don't know either. I'm just okay.
I don't mind.
If I get
Actually,
free
old
pork
man,
out
you
of
would
it,
know
I
a
get
lot
free
about
pork. I'm gonna.
diplomacy.
Oh, yeah.
You-
Somewhat.
Rakshata's gonna follow behind the halfling and accept the meal because she's hungry.
Alright, you need to pop him or something, because he can't keep getting on that table. Don't
Rakshata,
pet him, that's a reward.
No, I was going. That's not a reward.
It is a reward.
No,
Evie, if you don't
she
listen
colored
to
the
me,
card for me.
that's very sweet, but I was very specific in what I told you.
Good
You need
cards
to
on your
either
side.
sit in here quietly or stay in your room, one or the other.
She just wants to be part of it.
Okay. Sounds good. Alright, so you guys end up on the edge of the village. A couple of the other halflings making their way through the streets. Fewer than whenever you first arrived, but the ones that are in this sort of road-like area you're coming up to turn and acknowledge the hunting party. Some, stop or greet some of the members of the hunting party. Occasionally, one of the members of the hunting party throw his fist up. Yeah. The other one's like, and yeah, so they bring the boar to one of the larger buildings, sort of in the middle of the village, and they open the doors. Are you guys still going with them, or are you heading back?
I want a meal. Also, I want to barter with them and see if we got anything that they want to trade, even though they hate us.
Okay. So as you guys walk in, this is more of like a longhouse type building. There are several tables set up, and then a set of stairs that lead to a slightly raised platform with a large, more ornate chair in the middle on top of the raised platform, with a very old-looking halfling man sitting atop the chair.
Okay, I'm just gonna like crouch through this tiny house and.
The door is large enough to accommodate.
Oh, okay. I figured I'd have to be like.
This is an elf.
You could be. Who knows?
So, you guys walk in behind the halfling party. They sort of kneel down in front of the older halfling, presenting the boar to him. And then the older halfling stands up, looks at them worried, sort of peeks back at you guys, sits back down silently, and raises his hand and turns it. Then the other halfling hunting party, they pick up the boar, turn around and head out. What are you guys doing?
Rock
I'm gonna let them leave first and follow behind. I'll do a quick insight check on the gentleman.
On the older gentleman? Go ahead.
I think he's the leader.
What is that? 18, and I don't have very good insight though. -1, so 17.
17. He seems worried more than anything. Whenever his gaze moved from the hunting party to you guys, it seemed to soften a little bit. Like he wasn't quite as worried. But as they move out of the building with the boar, the last two out, they shut the doors behind them.
Oh, so they shut us in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna immediately try to open the door.
The door turns and opens.
Okay.
Oh, so we're not locked.
The older man steps forward and says, "Wait." I'd like to speak if you have time.
Okay. Well, it seems that some of your kind don't speak common, and some do, and it's just a little confusing.
Or some of them just don't like us.
Yeah, that could be a thing too.
You'll have to accept my apologies on their behalf. As a nomadic tribe, it is up to my people to decide whether or not they want to learn the languages of other peoples or just the languages of our peoples. Some are very closed off and closed-minded as a result. Others are more kind and open to outsiders, but that has not gone well in the past, seemingly gratifying the closed-minded individuals. I, however, seem to hold out hope despite everything.
I understand. I know I understand how the reason why you looked at us that way when we came in. Going off of Mondo. We should. Is this? Go ahead, Mondo.
I was just gonna say, what is your speaking point, sir?
I grow weary of moving from place to place. This forest is abundant with life, food. It's an area between borders of warring countries. And as much as I would like to move away from here, it's a long and difficult journey to anywhere we might be able to settle otherwise. I'm willing to trade our resources if you can help me with this forest.
And what way would you need us to help you?
Can I talk to Dad?
I'm not sure what I heard earlier as I was inside, but there was a very loud sound, and it was very concerning. And a lot of the townspeople made that as their out, so to say. They want to leave immediately. I need to know what the immediacy of the danger is, but nobody will venture further than the center of the forest.
We may have predicted this problem.
Yep. So you do realize nomadic people, when you don't allow them to be nomadic, it makes them, how you say in common, anxious.
I'm well aware. I was born into this clan myself, but we don't get enough on the road. And if we're in a set place and can establish trade between more major cities, we might be able to build ourselves up and not have to rely on going to and fro anymore in order to make our living.
I see what you're saying. It's easier to stay strength in numbers in a strong fortress of sorts, but it's not much of a fortress if it doesn't have walls.
It's true. And there's no point in not having walls if you're not gonna move.
How long do you think it took us to put these huts up?
Well, due to,
Maybe a month and a half.
I'd
Make an
say-
intelligence check.
Ooh.
Challenged.
so
I'm
that's
guessing
plus
2.
8. 4
8.
plus 4.
I got
Maybe
plus
6
2.
months.
Say you're a good half year.
13, 4 or 5 months, maybe. You guys both voice your opinions. 2 weeks.
Whoa.
What?
Our people are skilled in both combat and construction.
Oh.
I can see that.
Don't let their savage appearance sway your opinion of them. I know some of them are definitely rough around the edges, but our people are special.
That's,
Oh yes,
I could
that is
definitely
a
believe.
fact. That is a fact.
I tell you what. You said you'll pay for us to help, right? What are you willing to offer
trade.
specifically? I'll trade.
In the way of coin, we don't have much.
Yeah, we like possessions more than coin half the time anyway.
Yes, we're more interested in magical items and things like that, and perhaps resources like food.
That's
Like I saw as we walked through the seemingly uncommon knowing halfling. She had a basket that bared lots of fruit and vegetables, and something of local looked seasonal. I don't know. I've never been out here, but it looked really good.
And I tell you what. We've been trying to search for a gift for our dear friend who's also a halfling. He works as a smithy, but all of his lockpicks are broken.
A smithy
Yes, he is.
with broken lock.
It's terrible.
Oh no. Wonder what have you done? He might know Berg.
Didn't say any names.
I was whispering.
Sleight of mouth check.
Yes.
Oh God.
Wait a minute, that's just like +1. 18.
18.
What did you say?
You didn't hear you.
Did I even hear her with that good of a whisper?
You were the target, so
Yeah, I know.
you can roll perception if you
I'm
want.
just fucking
but-
around.
Okay.
Did a wind mouth magic through my
We may
words.
be able to use the stone forge to produce a few higher quality lockpicks. Aside from that, we have javelins, swords, daggers, shields that may be a bit small for the likes of you, but it is protection nonetheless.
Use them as greaves and put them on my knees.
Well, I mean,
Pow pow! Double halfling small bow. Small
me being
shield
not
attack.
so much on the strong side, maybe a small shield. But, okay.
Mondo, come on. I think you could use a shield.
Yeah, a little shield.
It would go great with your wings. You look like an angelic warrior.
The reason I am so worried about this situation is the more reliable fruit-bearing plants are deep in the forest. And with nobody willing to travel beyond the center of the forest, all we're left with is small game. I can't feed my people for long.
I tell you what. I did go to school. I am a scholar's man. I tell you what. Do you have anybody here who's nature type magic? More things totally out of my grasp. But I believe that could be a big asset to us if that resource is available.
As far as nature magic or magics of really any sort, my people are limited. We're nimble and maybe not as well educated as the city folk, but we do well.
I understand.
I can't help you as far as magic goes.
That's
So
fair.
no.
But if you venture into the woods and find whatever is causing the situation, I promise to compensate you with both food, shields, and weapons.
Who would be an able-bodied individual for us to just have along with it, just in case, we run into some people on the outskirts who don't know where.
The one with the blue.
Rialto.
paint. Rialto, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, now
If he's not
name to
busy.
face now. We knew his name from another halfling that we saw passing through. But yeah, I think we should take him. He seems pretty.
If he's willing.
It's true.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
With assist, because I'm doing the same thing.
Wait. Before you roll, do you want to give him advantage or do you want to roll?
Advantage for him.
Okay. So it was a straight 16.
Straight 16. He seems sort of haphazard at first. Rialto, he's my top guard. My people are split into factions, those who want to settle down and those who wish to leave again. Obviously, I'm not too popular with the people who wish to leave. I fear if Rialto is gone for too long and many people take notice, I may not be in the best of conditions when you return.
So he's your bodyguard, basically. Your main bodyguard.
You could say.
Well, you know what? We'll take your word on it.
I will be willing to let Rialto go with you, but this must be done in secret.
Oh.
Nobody from the village can see you enter the woods with him. They may either come for me or follow you. It is your decision.
Do you think it's worth taking him in there?
I mean, as far as not being seen leaving, I could make me and you invisible, no problem. He would have to hide on his own.
I
So
don't know if we could convince him.
that too. That too.
While we're thinking on that, I'll just snap back to Rattle.
Going back to Rattle, you guys are continuing to ride through the night. Occasionally, you'll hit like a small pothole or prairie dog hill, and some of the stuff in the back of the cart will shuffle around. Occasionally, whenever the stuff shuffles, you'll hear like a small crack or something in one of the crates, and Oswald will go, "No! Ah! God!" Freak out a little bit, and then just, mumbling curses under his breath. He seems okay right now, still, managing the cart throughout the night, but you can tell that he's wearing down. He's getting pretty tired. What are you wanting to do? Are you looking for anything?
I am on the lookout for any of those undead soldiers.
Alright, investigation.
18.
18. So, squinting your eyes and trying to scope out the landscape at night, even though it's relatively clear, well-lit night. You're scanning, along the left side of the cart, and you're not seeing a whole lot, and your eyes are sort of slowly moving across the horizon, and then you spot something that looks a little unnatural in this area particularly. There's like a large boulder just in the middle of the plain. Doesn't seem to really make a whole lot of sense that it's here, but it is. And as it catches your eye and strikes you as a little bit curious, you notice some spikes peeking out from the side of the boulder, just on one side though. What do you do?
What race is Oswald?
Oswald is human.
Okay.
He's driving in pitch black darkness. Shit.
I mean, it's not pitch black because
And
it's
the
a
rings
very
also give
clear
off,
night.
The rings give off light too, don't
Yeah.
they? Yeah. So you can still see. Man.
Not very well, but I mean, it's
Enough.
a plane. There's not.
Yeah.
That's why he's running into stuff occasionally
Right.
and breaking his cargo. But
I'm gonna put one talon on his shoulder.
okay. Yes.
And I'm going to take the reins from him.
Okay. Make a strength check.
You got this.
Never mind. Never mind. You go to take the reins from him, and it seems like he's gonna resist, and then he's like, It's just, you don't even like push him or like yank on the reins or anything. He just sort of falls over on his own, like, don't hurt me.
Oh my god.
God, with a fucking -2 modifier in a natural 1. Like his hands break in the process. It's like, my bones are made of glass. Like, what the fuck, Oswald? God damn, I never thought I'd roll a -1.
Just like fucking Fallout ragdolls in the sea.
Yeah. Ugh.
Please no.
I absolutely do not trust this boulder. I'm going to take our carriage and still go northeast, but try to get as far as I possibly can.
From that boulder?
Yeah.
Okay, so make an animal handling check.
Oh, 8.
Alright.
Going to
You
the-
you have the horse moving slightly faster than when Oswald had the reins. As you guys are sort of picking up pace, getting further and further away from the boulder, you hear some shifting and a little bit of movement and some chatter, but ultimately nobody peeks around the boulder or chases after you. None of that. It doesn't seem like whatever was back there paid any attention.
Okay. Now these noises, did Oswald hear them too?
Oh my god. I need dice jail.
Oswald dice.
What did it land on whenever I threw it?
3. Huh.
Okay. No, he did not. I didn't know you could drive, okay? It's not like I was trying to keep the reins from you or anything. Just don't take me anywhere to kill me, please. I gotta sell this stuff. I'm broke. I don't want to die broke.
I think, once we get far enough away from the boulders, I'm going to hand the reins back. And I'm going to do my absolute best to try to make, movement for, like, a monster.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Or,
like
danger.
so.
But I'm going to do monster.
Okay.
Specifically.
Oswald takes the reins back from you and is sort of focused on the horse for a little while. And then he turns back to look at you, and you've got like some of the pieces of Minotaur skull like arranged on your beak and stuff and over your eyes so that it looks like, it's a partial skull. And then you've moved the necklace up so that it's like wrapped, the bones are like hanging from the horns of the Minotaur skull that you've got on. And then you're like, just roll a performance real quick, see how.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
Oh my god.
Yes!
Yeah.
Fuck yeah! Yes!
So, perfectly mimicking the mannerisms of a skeletal minotaur, you make yourself somehow larger than you appear to be, just looming over Oswald as he turns to see you with this, like, dark bone shadow cast over his face, and he just lets out the most girlish scream. You guys hit a bump in the process, and he pulls the reins one way, the horse neighs and kicks back, breaking the front portion of the cart and severing the connection between the horse and the cart.
Uh-oh. Woohoo! Randall living on the edge.
Blasted country.
You just get pumped.
Oh my god.
Roll a perception check.
22.
22.
Super in touch with death, so it makes you more perceptive.
You are much closer to the mountains where the bunker was at this point. It looks like it's maybe a 5-hour walk or 2 more hours in the cart. Though the cart is broken at this point, you're just sort of scanning the area. You manage to pinpoint the horse about 20 yards away, still sort of freaking out a little bit. not too happy about the situation, and a dark figure, silhouetted with its back to the mountains, facing the two of you alone, with spiked armor and a long black cloak.
What the fuck? Hold on. I've just got the torch carriage detached. Okay. Jeez.
Does he... Well, this is the only thing I can see, like a silhouette.
I mean, with the positioning of the moon and the rings to his back, like the light would naturally cast a shadow over its figure. What do you do? Meanwhile, Oswald, standing beside the now broken cart, just kicking. Fuck! Turns to the horse. Fuck! God! Birds! Ah! He's just throwing a miniature tantrum. Doesn't seem to notice the figure in the distance at all.
I'm going to do my absolute best to calm Oswald down and,
Okay.
uh,
Take some of the bone fragments down, straighten out your necklace, get back to looking like, civil, rattle, go over and pat him on the back a couple times. Just roll a persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
4.
He's fucking terrified.
Oswald is not calming down. He's mad, he's scared, he's in the middle of the plains at night. He turns to you and he's like, "Why would you do that?" And then he sees past you the figure slowly moving towards you guys, and he's just like, "It's over." Fuck.
It's the Reaper.
I'm going
my
to stand in between the figure coming toward us and Oswald.
Okay.
He's dead.
It's just slowly making his way, sauntering in y'all's direction.
Oh my god, what the fuck is this thing?
Does he appear to have, like, any weapons in his hands, or...
Not in his hands, no.
I'm sorry.
He doesn't appear to be hostile at this point.
Alright. Then I'm going to wait.
Okay. So you're just standing your ground.
Yes.
About 3 minutes go by, and it is now about 15 feet away from the two of you, and it is no longer silhouette. Now you can clearly see that this is a hooded, cloaked, skeletal figure with spiked bone armor and a massive scythe with a very long spine for the handle of the scythe.
Twins.
Holy shit. What?
And
Is it a doppelganger?
it gets within 10 feet, 5 feet, right beside you, just walks right past.
I'm gonna let him go.
Okay.
I see no problem in this man. He's my idol.
Oswald's, like, as soon as it walks past you guys without doing anything, he's just, like, shaking, then falls to his ass, just sort of props himself up.
He literally thought it was dead.
And Rattle turns around like, oh my god, did you see that?
After about another 5 or 6 minutes pass, do you, like, what do you do during this time? Are you trying to keep your eye on the soldier?
Now the soldier's still just continuing on, right? Yeah, I'll keep my eye on him.
Okay. So you turn to watch him as he's walking, continues forward, and then he gets within 30 feet of the boulder that you saw before. He just pulls the scythe off his back. Pulls the scythe off his back, sets up, swings the scythe at the boulder, glances off the boulder once, brings it back down a second time, glances off the boulder again, then he just looks at it like... Sets up for another strike with the other hand. Okay. This time, as he brings the scythe across the boulder, since he's 30 feet away, he's striking in the direction of the boulder, swings straight out, and then you just feel this slight breeze pass by where you're at. And then the boulder is severed. The top part of it explodes, and then you see a small squadron of God, what the fuck are they? Like armored hobgoblin looking creatures just torn to pieces behind it. Just some lose arms, some lose legs, others lose their heads, depending on, what their positions were behind it. And they're dead. And he just keeps walking.
I think at this point, I'm definitely going to remember him. For right now, I'm going to try to find something to tie the horse up with. Like,
Okay.
tie it to a tree.
It's still got its reins attached, but
Oh,
you're
okay.
you're in the plain. Like, there is no tree.
Right. Alright.
Now, with the situation that you guys are in, the cart is broken. You can attempt to repair it manually, or you can leave the stuff behind and take the horses. Or the horse, not the horses. Excuse me. But Oswald is kind of attached to that cargo. So it's truly up to you what you do. But while you think on that, I'm going to jump back to them. What are you guys up to?
Okay, so we're gonna go, I guess.
If we get one night's rest and food in our bellies tonight, we will take care of the problem. But I feel like it would be easier to pinpoint the location if it was daytime. Because the dark is what is keeping it powerful, I guess? I don't know. It feels something very sinister out there, and darkness is never good for sinister things. I mean daylight, excuse me.
As long as it doesn't move before we wake up, we need to, to be honest, we should have been asleep a little bit ago.
Yes.
Move.
No,
What do you mean it move?
well,
You don't know if,
What landed in my forest?
that's what we're trying to figure out.
yes, we don't really know.
One night.
That's all we
That's
need.
what's up.
We just need a night's rest to get proper and go to battle in the morning.
Make sure Rialto gives you both a cut of that boar.
You bet. I'm gonna awkwardly walk out the door. Clink, 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 clink.
Shut it behind you. You guys are out in the village. It's pretty quiet right now.
I'm gonna look for the fire and smell for the feast.
Smell.
Oh no! She's secretly a part of that religion.
Foot cultist! How dare you!
Just one sniff, sire.
Mondo takes off sprinting into the woods.
Not this time.
This isn't the adventuring party I was looking for. No, let's
I'm smelling for the feast.
Oh, I'm also smelling for the feast.
Okay. It's not super hard to figure out. You guys are walking through. It's pretty quiet. Most of the other huts either have their lights out or are just, have a candle lit for reading or something. As you make your way, weaving through town, you find yourself back sort of in the center area with the larger buildings, and there is an adjacent building to the one that you were just in that is a tavern, or appears to be one.
Oh, look at the hole. It's a literal hole in the wall bar. Let's go get something. I'm kind of... I want something to help me sleep.
Alright, you
Just
guys...
like a shot.
You guys walk up and
Clink, clink, clink.
it's got
Super tiny bar stool.
Why do you think everything is like this?
Because
big?
halfling to rock shot is like a third.
Is this one of their medium-sized buildings?
Yes.
Or okay.
Rock shot has got long legs. Okay.
Okay, yeah, you are one of the taller, larger characters
Got to flaunt it because it's not real.
in a messy-looking script above the door. As you're walking up to it, it says the Muddy Maiden. And you guys make your way inside, and it's pretty bustling. There's a fire pit, sort of stone pit with a chimney directly above it. Off to the left side of the tavern, there's a spit that's got the whole boar on it, roasting on the spit. Looks like one of the heavier set halflings is there, like, getting his reps in, turning it. Some of the
Pretty
other
big
halflings are like, yeah, stoke the fire, jackass. And, there's a couple of barmaids serving drinks and, just dealing with more drunk or rowdy customers than usual, sort of shooing them off. Like, no! More like, no! Some of the hunting party are like carrying people out that can't handle their liquor. That's my boy. Excuse me.
Stopped everything.
Ryuk.
Kipo was out there too.
Oh, am I familiar? You're so cold.
It's cold outside.
Alright. So you guys are inside. What do you do?
I'm going to the bar. And I'm looking for Rialto, I think.
Should I check on him?
Is that a laugh or a cry?
It sounded like a cry. Sorry, guys. Evie, what are you doing in our room?
I told her she could go in there.
Oh. Are you okay? It sounded like you were crying.
Yeah.
So sassy.
I know.
I was looking for a hiding spot, but I can't because you're in here. Fine.
Good night.
Exactly.
Flick the light.
Jeez.
Rude. full of shit.
Right?
Okay. Well,
Hey, Max, there's...
I guess I'm gonna go up to the bar and get a ale. Just one ale, and I'm looking for Rialto while I'm like.
I agree. Follow that statement.
Hey, honey, what can I get you?
Okay. You know how we were talking out of game player? I be talking. Remember when you were talking about who was gonna cry first?
Mm-hmm.
I just cried from laughter from
Yep.
Oswald's encounter, so
Yep.
that counts.
It does.
And if this lady is half as funny as this, I'm gonna cry again, okay? I laughed from laughter. Just saying. FYI.
So,
I want one ale, and that's it, I guess, for now. How much for one? Extra large.
3 silver.
I give her 4.
Okay.
So she has a tip.
You're not from around here, are you, baby? She's
That's
like
my mom.
this big, and you're like 6 feet tall, and she's still calling you baby.
Yeah. My mom. Love you, Mom. I know you watch. I'll look at your comments. Love you. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm just trying to take a load off for a minute. It's a nice town you got here.
Thank you.
I hope.
If you're looking to relax, this is the place to do it. Not. All we got is a bunch of randos with sticks up their asses, sauntering to and fro.
Oh.
Some want to saunter off, some want to saunter here. I don't give a damn as long as they buy my beer.
Makes sense. Okay. Well. Any heard any rumors lately? Besides the thing in the forest.
Well, obviously, that just happened today.
Do you want to play the card matching game?
We'll play the card matching game later, okay?
Okay.
Promise.
Okay.
Love you.
And I do too.
There's a rumor going around that the oasis in the center of the forest is drying up. And that's why so many people are like, let's get the fuck out.
Okay. Well, I think we can help with that problem.
Other than that, all I got's these. And she reaches under the bar, pulls up a stack of papers, and sets them on the counter.
Parchment.
Paper?
Wanted posters.
Oh.
Big old stack of them.
May I rifle through these?
Yeah, occasionally some guards from the nearby keeps will come and drop them off here. They know we move around, and that's why they bring them to us.
Oh.
Maybe we might know a person or two.
Okay. I got the right dialogue. Ha ha! Information. Let me flick through these wanted posters, dear. As I drink this beer. Goop, goop, goop.
Okay.
Also, what is your name?
My name's Millie.
Perfect. It's perfect.
Okay. The one on top is Sorsaurus.
Sore.
Sore. Saurus.
S. What? I got sore.
Saurus.
Okay.
It's a gaunt-looking tiefling man. It's very thin. He's got sort of ram-like horns. They like curl back and then curl forward. You can't tell what color the skin is. You know that it's tinted darker tint with very like pale or white hair. You can't quite tell from the drawn image. Other than that, his features are just very sharp and he looks thin. He's wanted for poisoning crops throughout the Talenta Plains.
What a dick.
What a shithead.
Damn, just me and Mondo just reading these together. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Why even do this?
He's wanted. His bounty is for 40 gold pieces.
Well, I mean, hey.
I mean, it's poisoning the.
When she gets
Poisoning the
really
weather.
stuck into one of the pictures, I'm gonna try to sneak a sip of her beer. Just cause.
Sleight of hand.
Inside
I don't want
perception.
a whole one. Ooh, I'm not very good at that. Plus 3 to an 8, 11.
Do you let him, or are you gonna roll against it?
No, rock shot would be
All right,
perceptive.
perception.
Sure.
Okay, that's a 16.
Yeah, you catch
Actually,
him trying
17.
to scoot the beer over to him slowly.
Slowly roll with it.
Claws come out into the mug.
Like, yep, on the top of it. Like a claw hand. I set the stack between us as we still flip through it, but my drink's on this side now. Mister.
Are you flipping through still?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
All
I'm
right.
right at
The next one is for Sire. C-Y-R-E.
C-Y-R. What? C-Y-R-E. Okay.
No surname. It's just Sire.
Thank God.
Oh.
Names.
Wanted in Flamekeep.
Ooh.
Wanted alive for assault for 200 gold pieces. Roll a history check, Mondo.
Yeah. Ooh, boy. So this is gonna be good. All right. Yeah, that's 25.
25. Sire was the name of the strange cheesemaker that you were referred to
What the fuck?
What?
in Flame
He's
Keep.
cheesemaker beats people?
Oh, fucking. Everybody knows about the fucking cheese making woman beater.
Oh no!
Sire's a woman.
Oh,
Oh!
man beater, Black Widow.
Whoa.
The illustration is a tough looking woman with
Tough.
short cut hair. It's kind of messy, looks dark colored. She's got a very serious expression and a scar down her lips.
Just kind of lean in, I point to her. I almost bought cheese from her, I think. Almost. I kind of regret not going to get the cheese.
With a 25 on your history check, you would also remember that she is rather estranged because of her name, and that most people treat her poorly and don't refer many people to her business and talk a lot of shit about her.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Backstory.
Next one. I guess I'll just cut to the good stuff. You leaf through a couple of the payouts are like 20 silver pieces, 10 silver pieces, and it's really not worth y'all's time. And then you get about 3/4 of the way through the stack and you see a wanted poster from the royal capital of Zalargo for Xandris.
Oh, fucking knew it.
4,000 gold pieces, dead or alive.
I put my arm around Rockshot and I lean in. Well,
Where it says the payout is, it's got 4,000 gold pieces plus audience with the king.
Holy fucking shit.
I just start tapping the paper.
Largo? Oh God, I've got. Is it close to the Sarlona?
You guys have been in Zalargo before, briefly.
Oh yeah, we were just passing through.
No, I mean,
Wait, no.
Sharn is like right on the border of Zalargo and Breland. Ryuk.
Oh.
Betrayer. Philanderer. Not really, but
Audience with the king.
yeah.
Oh, Mondo, you realize what this means?
This means that our decision isn't so hard anymore, my
And
dear
there's-
sister.
And there's one more under Xandris's.
Okay.
Well, there's a lot more under Xandris's, but there's one that's got a similar
important?
payout
Okay.
towards the bottom of the stack for a ribbon.
A ribbon?
Ribbon. Its name is Ribbon. It's a it's a tan patterned kingu. Wanted for the spread of disease known as bog blight.
Ooh.
Wanted for spreading. What? Spreading
Bog blight. Basically biological warfare.
Oh,
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah, that's terrible.
3,500 GP.
Wait, what did it say the Xandris's crime was?
High
Oh,
treason.
Oh, treason?
High treason.
What? That
Does
adds a
that
whole
mean-
different layer of depth to it.
Hi.
What was the one thing he told you guys he wanted to do?
He wanted to kill the
Kill
king.
the fucking king, yeah.
That's true. It makes sense.
That's treason.
That's treason. That's treason in its highest form.
Oh my God, you're right. Okay. In that case.
The real question is can you make more gold by killing Xandris or killing the king?
But
What?
then there's the
But
question
who would be
of
the
we
king?
don't have the... It's not even about that. We don't, as of right now, other than off of Xandris's word, which is only worth a couple of silver in itself. We don't know if the king... We haven't met him.
No, you haven't.
So-
You guys haven't, outside of Sharn, you haven't met any nobility.
No. Heck, even in Sharn, the only really nobility that we've met is Grampton and...
Are you sure about that?
Well, no. Buck... Of course, Bucket's the king all along. Why would he?
Fucking Wizard King casting major illusion on himself all the time. That's awesome. Not a bad idea.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. We just need to... I asked the barkeep if I can keep the one of Hoser's Andrus.
You can keep
Another
any of the ones that you take, but if you take them from here, you got to bring them back to me to collect.
And then you'll do...
I have to be the one to acknowledge that you've both taken on this bounty and completed it. So before you take this sumbitch wherever he's going, you gotta come back to me and I gotta stamp it for you. Got me?
Notary, okay.
Okay.
Sure. In that case...
It's easier to do with the corpse, I'm just saying.
That's a very good point. And you know, I've been meaning to, and I hold up the one of Xandris, and I start pointing towards the alive one, and I'm, and then I start pointing towards dead.
Oh, but he's cute.
He could look like
be
whatever he
anything
wants.
he wants.
Exactly.
Oh,
You. I like you. You're funny.
No, stop.
Oh goodness. Okay. I down the rest of my drink and I tell her, your leader said that Ronaldo would help us get a haunch of that ham that you're cooking.
Ronaldo?
I mean, God, Regaldo, whatever his fucking
No,
name is.
Regaldo.
Oh, I'm so. We're thinking. She's thinking of a different halfling we know from a different nomad gang.
God damn it, I didn't
Please,
write his
we
name down.
apologize.
What's his name?
Oh, you mean Rialto.
Right, yes.
Rialto.
Ronaldo is the halfling from way over kind of near Sharn, who makes the candles.
That's right. Beautiful candles. He carves them and everything.
Sounds like a nice man.
He's handsome enough.
Okay, so we accept the quests by taking the wanted posters of both of them.
I'm gonna take the
What bounties do you put in front of her for her to acknowledge that you've undertaken?
I take Sire not with the true intention of going after it, so that nobody else takes it.
Okay.
Okay,
So she stamps that one with a seal. It's got the mark of scribe, dragon mark seal on the stamp, and it sort of glows slightly after she stamps it, and then turns into a normal mark.
Interesting. It's like it branded itself. I'm gonna take the one of Xandris, obviously, and I'm gonna take the one of Ribbon too, because I feel like he might have some information on poisons and such. And biowarfare is not cool, and Brock Shadow would be very against it.
Okay, so she stamps both of those. Looks like y'all got your hands full. Be careful out there.
We always do.
These are on me. She pushes 2 beers forward.
Sweet.
Okay, I'm gonna drink it, and how about that ham? Brock Shadow's like
as-
super
Laughing
hungry.
at my beer.
As you guys are sort of talking, she's pouring the beers for you, and once she pushes them up, Rialto walks up and sits beside Mondo.
What's up, buddy?
Sets down this, comparatively to him, massive plate of boar meat,
Want that
smoked
now.
and cooked fully, and he sort of slides it but to Mondo between the 3 of you. It's like, well, you're a hunter, aren't you?
Yes, of course.
Eat your kill.
You first.
Fine.
I want you to get your fill first. I'm taking a good handful.
Yeah, he didn't have any utensils whenever he
figured,
came up.
yeah.
So,
It's pretty
Kinda
good.
like I just crunch up a little bit and I do mage hand, so I don't have to get my hand greasy.
and you do.
Yes.
It works. I mean,
oh my god,
You
Mondo,
get-
are
I think
shitting
that's
me.
what mage hand was made for.
make an Arcana check.
Oh, this is where it really counts. Like 24.
That's bugs in the
24 for
house.
mage hand.
Yeah.
All right, so
It's gross.
the reason I was making you do this check is to see if you could keep from getting any phantasmal Arcana taste on the food. But instead, since you rolled so fucking high, you've got a mage hand made out of the perfect amount of salt and Cajun seasoning.
Oh my god.
So it's every time you pick up a piece, it's now perfectly seasoned because of the mage hand.
Fucking god.
That's the most pompous thing he's done yet.
Prestidigit mage hand.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. You just reminded me of something. That is very important. You guys, having undertaken these bounties and, sitting down and having a meal with the people that you have not encountered before, it's bringing some feeling of camaraderie to mind. And Mondo, you in particular, and Rattle, you simultaneously, you both kind of miss each other.
I was feeling that way anyway, so it's now even more
yes.
personified. I didn't get to hug. I wanted to hug him, but he was too
And now
fast.
that he's gone, you're thinking of more ways that your magics could possibly coincide and help each other. And you have sort of realized the potential of 2 different combination magics. I do not have them written down, but if you would like me to read them off to you now that you have cooked this up on your own, so to speak, if you would like to hear them, it's up to you.
So what is the very location of this lady? Are they gonna move? Are we gonna have to make sure we freaking keep them there?
You have to find her. After you've
Oh
completed
wait, we've
one of
already
these
met her, so
bounties.
she's on the map now, right? Everybody
Dun, dun, dun.
even-
Possibility, yeah. Yeah, that would be.
Okay.
That's one way to do it.
Okay. I'm just thinking, because that's important that we gotta go back to her for the money.
It is very important.
You don't go back to her for the money. She has to acknowledge that you've done what the bounty was, so that you're not wasting nobility or guard time by bringing in somebody that's not the real deal.
Makes
Right.
sense.
Okay, so Rattle, you get an idea for a combination that would suit what you and Mondo have done in the past, but may be more effective if done simultaneously. This combination spell is called Void.
Ooh,
Oh, what?
sounds vicious.
It's a combination of blindness, deafness, and levitate.
What?
Rattle and Mondo bind a target's senses if they fail a DC 17 Wisdom/Dexterity save, target's choice. Rattle and Mondo must both be at least 10 feet from each other and no more than 15 feet from the target. While levitating, they can only be moved up to 10 feet per turn and repeat the save at the end of the turn. If both spells are cast at a higher than base level, one extra target per 2 spell slots is afforded. So, if you both cast your spells at base level when you combine the spell, it's 1 target. But if you both choose to go 1 spell level higher on the spell slot, you get 1 more target.
Mm.
While affected by this spell, the target is levitating, weightless, blind, and deaf. Disadvantage on all attacks and saving throws. It's brutal.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Mondo,
Mm-hmm.
you get an idea for something very flashy, which isn't something that Rattle's, super keen on a lot of the time, but you feel like it would be your time to shine, so to speak, together. This spell is called Light Strider. It's a combination of Long Strider and Light. All allies within 20 feet of the initial casting area gain 20 feet of extra movement speed and are brightly or dimly illuminated, player's choice, with a color of their choosing.
Holy shit.
For 1 hour, this spell effect lasts so long as one of you maintains concentration on it. And if you choose to be brightly, not dimly illuminated by the light, you no longer take opportunity attacks.
Mm. Damn. That's awesome.
And then you think of a little something, that might go with Rakshata as well. Seeing how successful your Emerald Smite was, you think something else might work in that same sort of way as well. Counter Smite.
Okay.
If Rakshata is within 10 feet of a creature targeted by counterspell, then if you succeed on a counterspell casting and eliminate the spell cast by another caster, Rakshata can then fill their magical focus with divine energy and cause it to erupt out of their focus, dealing smite damage at a distance.
Hell yeah.
Oh, so you sap my spell and then.
No. So say a mage runs up and is like fireball towards Rattle or something, but Mondo casts counterspell and negates the fireball. If you're close enough to that target, instead of them casting fireball, your divine energy comes out of their focus and blasts back at them.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Just a little something I cooked up.
Awesome.
Anywho, you guys now have your bounties. With that, I'm going to jump back over to Rattle. This figure sort of sauntering away from this pile of corpses and rubble. It's just moving along. Now you've got a broken cart, a crying Oswald, and a horse.
Well, I decided that I'm going to stay with the cart.
Okay.
And Oswald. Until we can get it fixed.
Are you gonna attempt to fix it yourself?
First I'm going to try to calm Oswald down.
He's not like sobbing. He's just sort of like sitting down like this sucks. Got the stuff I wanted, but at what cost?
Alright, then I want to go to those hobgoblin
Okay.
bodies, and I want to see what they had.
All right. As you get closer, it is a grim sight. They're not all dead, and some of them are bleeding out on the ground, choking, sort of lifting their arm up only to have it drop down and their pupils dilate. Some of them are just soundlessly writhing on the ground in pain, but the vast majority of them are unmoving and dead. Are you just gonna loot their bodies?
I'm going to loot the dead ones.
Okay. Roll an investigation.
That's a natural one.
Okay, so you walk over to one of the hobgoblin corpses that seems to be the most heavily armored one. As you reach down to pull some of the stuff off of it or turn it over, a hand reaches out from in another direction from this body and grabs your hand as you're reaching down. And it is a hobgoblin that has no legs, and it is just standing there gritting its teeth, sort of making a low growl at you as you reach down for his buddy's stuff. What do you do?
I'm going to take my scythe and chop his head off.
Roll to hit
So
with
mildly
advantage.
said.
19.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
Seven.
Alright, so you rip your hand away from it and pull your scythe out and just do a quick flick of the wrist. Blade comes up underneath its chin, just cleaves its head straight off. Rolls on the ground.
There's nothing to see here. I'm gonna go back to Oswald.
Alright. You head back, and Oswald seems to have chilled out, at least a little bit, wasn't really paying attention to what you were doing. He was taking stock of the lumber that is at least somewhat usable still, and what is no longer usable. He's just sort of standing there looking at all his stuff. He doesn't have any woodworking tools or anything, but he's starting to take a dagger and pry off the tops of some of the crates in an attempt to salvage usable wood and nails. He's going to attempt to repair the cart. It's up to you if you want to assist.
Yeah, I'm gonna help him.
Alright. Do you want to make a roll, or do you want to give him advantage?
Advantage.
Okay. With a natural 20, it
Ooh.
takes you guys about an hour and a half to get the tops off of most of the crates in the back, separate the nails in the wood, and just patch up the part of the cart that was broken by the horse's kick. The wheel is still a little bit wobbly, but it's usable. So after, I'd say, an hour and a half of just getting the horse fed and the cart fixed and getting back to the cart after everything went down, you guys are back on there. The cart won't move as fast now, but you're back on schedule as far as getting to the bunker.
Alrighty.
Are you taking the reins, or is Oswald?
Oswald.
Okay. Well, natural 20. I wasn't going to use it because it fell out of the dice tray, but beggars can't be choosers, I suppose.
I suppose.
Yeah. That one's never going in dice jail. You guys are making good time. Not super fast because the cart would break, but it's Oswald is ready to get the fuck out of here. Alright, at this point it is deep into the night. It is probably about 11:30 midnight at the very least. I'm gonna cut back to you guys. All of your bounty sheets are squared away. You've had a good bit of that boar meat. Some seasoned a little bit better than others.
I cannot believe that shit.
But Rialto, after you all are done eating, stands up from the stool, stumbles a bit, and he's like, move on.
Sounds good to me. I take the last few bites of the pork off the plate and finish my beer, and I'm just like, doop, 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 clank, clank, metal.
Alright. You guys are feeling nice. Walking out of the bar. You guys get out of the door and start following Rialto down the street. You end up towards one of the it's a small house, but comparatively to some of the hovels of small houses nearby, it's a little bit nicer. You do have to duck to get into the door of this one. Everything's a little bit more Rialto sized in here, but he has set up several different animal furs on the floor to accommodate you guys. Well, this is the best I can do.
You live here by yourself?
Yes.
You,
Do you think?
how you say, can you keep a secret?
It depends.
Not just baby.
Will it hurt my people?
No.
Then yes.
Oh, come on, let's go. What's your, kitchen? Kitchen. It's always, when we do it in the home, it's either in somebody's bedroom or their kitchen.
He just sort of gestures around, and it's just one large open room with
Yes, of course. I go to the back portion of the wall, and I put my forehead and do a magnificent mansion.
Blow his little mind.
A shimmering royal blue door opens on the back wall of his home, and he's sort of spooked at first, and then he's like, "Oh, okay, where are we going?
Oh, to the mansion, of course. Please.
Okay.
Sorry.
He follows you in. What are you sorry for?
Mom was talking to me.
Oh.
She was like, "This Pat sandwich for food."
You guys get inside the mansion, and all seems well. Nothing really appears to be in disarray. Except, well, roll perception. With advantage because it's your mansion.
Wow, I won't need it again.
Nice!
Jesus.
Walking in, having a keen sense to these sorts of things, you're just sort of examining the phantoms, walking to and fro, and two things are out of order. One of the Ivans is depressed.
Oh.
He's just
No.
sitting on the stairs with his phantom great sides looking at it. Sets it down, picks up out of nowhere, like it's not on the ground, but he like reaches down and picks up a phantom wishblade and drops it. Sits forward.
Oh.
And Creepy Ivan is back.
Oh no!
He's just sort of walking past.
Where's Buff Shada?
Somebody get Buff Shot in here. What's going on?
Have you guys seen that picture of the White House head chef? It's like this huge dude with like biceps like
Yes,
bursting out of
yes,
his
yes, yes,
chef coat.
yep.
Yeah. Buff Shada's making dinner, and she's like just ripped,
That was her
cutting
other
everything
job,
up.
was the cooking.
She's the cook, and she also can draw. Yeah.
Can I have this?
No, you can't have my pencil.
But other than that, everything's fine.
I'm gonna go sit next to Depriving.
Depriving. Oh my god. Deprived of love. Stop. While this goes on,
I'm gonna call over Armando, see if putting them in their natural habitat makes them better.
Ah.
I walk off and go get some
R&R.
yeah.
I'm gonna.
Phantom Ivan is getting a talking to from Phantom Mondo.
Wait. Before we go to bed, I know it's like late or whatever,
Sure.
but we still haven't opened these crates up in the portable hole.
Yeah,
I have it listed as.
You guys have opened some of them.
So,
Wait, let's see, where is it? Where's my card? Here's somewhere. Oh, there it is. 2 small crates unsearched, 1 large crate unsearched.
Okay.
I go I'm in the common area, I guess, and I'm gonna take out my portable hole,
Stop jumping around
And-
over there.
open it up,
Okay.
jump down onto the mattress so I break my fall.
There's no room. The crates
yeah.
are stacked on top of the
That's right.
mattress.
absolutely.
So it's like, how far from the top you think? Stop.
As soon as you open it, one of the smaller crates is like maybe 2 inches below where the top of the portable hole is. It's just low enough in there that you can actually get it folded correctly. But underneath the 2 small crates is the 1 large crate. Those are all of the unsearched crates are on top of the bed. The searched crates are beside of it,
Okay, so.
but also basically at the same height. So you'll have to take some stuff out to get to.
Makes sense. Is there a? We don't have any buff mondos yet, do we?
It's fine.
Bondos?
It's fine.
You've
I'll
got
start-
Scrondo, which kind of counts because he's like.
Strong dough.
No, it's okay. It's okay. And I start levitating stuff out. I mean, it's the end of the night. I'm about to go to sleep.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Mondo. I'm so
Just the
tired.
unsearched crates or the searched ones?
I'm gonna leave the search crates alone.
Okay. So you get all of the unsearched crates out. Just roll investigation.
Give one of the small crates to Mondo.
Okay.
Alright.
I'll search through that.
+1. Dirty 20.
That's, 18.
18. Were you searching the larger or the small crate?
The other small crate.
The other small crate? Okay.
I use my pry bar.
Alright. You pry this one open, and it's got a fair amount of bloody tortured tools inside. There's various bone saws and some mean looking clamps, a few things that you can't really discern the use of, but they're like covered in blood and viscera. Some of them still have hair on them.
I'm gonna close that back up like I never saw it.
It's like you open it, it's me. Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously. But no, I'm gonna close it and I'm gonna take it to Laundro. Was it Laundro?
Oh yeah,
He does our laundry and cleaning. I'm gonna take it to him and I'm gonna be like, can you clean up these tools for me? I don't think it.
You got a brand new set of torture tools. Let's see if you guys have proficiency with them by the end of the campaign.
Oh dear.
Okay.
The entire inside and all
Campaign!
of it. Super brain.
Anywho,
Special limits.
the other small crate that you have, you open it up and there is, the inside has been like varnished with wax to seal the cracks of the crate, and it is filled to the brim with black powder.
Holy fucking shit! A small crate? How much is a small crate's worth?
Let's see. The
Not
crate I'm
guns.
imagining is about,
Wait, we do got guns now.
it's like 3 feet by 2 feet. Of
So
just
that's like
black
at least
powder.
a keg,
No.
right?
No, it's probably
It's small.
just write it as 10 pounds of black powder,
Holy shit.
which is still a lot of fucking black
You
powder.
can keep that in the hole if you want, Mondo. That looks like it might be cumbersome.
Yeah. I could either put it in the bag or the hole, either one.
Oh, there was also that armor set that I found.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot this. It was like blacked out, right?
Yep. Carnathy bone armor.
Cool. Then I'm going to just jump in the hole and open the large crate because it's the last one that's unsearched.
Well, it's not in the hole because Mondo
Yeah,
located
they're all.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot that he moved it. I thought he just moved the first two.
Roll another investigation.
+1, go. Oh, 16.
16. You pry open the crate and you see. What is up, dude? I gotta do some rolls on my part.
Give me something good. Give me something good. Jesus, a lot of black powder. We picked the right ones. Except for the torture tools. That wasn't cool.
There is a bunch of hay.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. It's what you immediately see after you get it opened.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't. I'm
Careful.
gonna dig through.
There might
Carefully.
be a needle in there.
Yeah. Could be. I'm gonna dig for some.
Magical haystack needle.
If you find it, you can throw it and instantly have a hay-sized needle. Or needle-sized hay. Well, I'm gonna dig through it because if there's something like, it could be cushioning something.
Run your hand through. It's just more torture tools.
Tell me. Did I
Why
get?
do I do this to myself, man?
Give me something good.
You
Please.
are leafing through this hay. You're digging through it, and it feels like it's just hay. You're tearing it out. You're pissed because you're really banking on there being something super cool in here. So you get to the point where you've thrown all of the hay out, and there is an amulet at the very bottom of it, and it's giving off a faint yellow light.
Yank it up! Out of my fit of angry tiredness, rage, and having to dig to the bottom of this large crate. Why are you looking at me like this? Why do you look so concerned? Stop making that
Because
face.
your alignment is good, and you're a fucking paladin.
Yeah! Yeah! Pays
As
me
soon
good.
as you pick up the amulet, you feel imbued with incredible power. And the symbol of RY on your chest plate begins to glow vibrantly. And there is basically just almost like a thick wave of divine energy coming off of Rakshata.
Whoa!
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a card! It's a card, it's a card. Talisman of pure good. Talisman is a mighty symbol of goodness. A creature that is neither good nor evil in alignment takes. Is neither good nor evil? Oh, it takes 6d6 radiant damage upon touching the talisman. Evil creature takes 8d6 radiant damage upon touching the talisman. Either sort of creature takes the damage again each time it ends its turn carrying or holding the talisman. If you're a good cleric or paladin, you can use the talisman as a holy symbol and you gain +2 bonus spell attack rolls while you wear or hold it. It's got 7 charges. If you're wearing it or holding it, you can use an action to expend 1 charge from it to choose one creature you can see on the ground within 120 feet of you. If the target is evil alignment, a flaming fissure opens under it. Target must succeed on a DC 20 dexterity saving throw or fall into the fissure and be destroyed, leaving no remains.
I rolled a 100 again.
Yeah!
I hope you guys know that I'm not doing
Yeah.
randomized loot anymore because of this.
Damn it.
Because
Yeah, happy
this is the
birthday.
second
thank you.
time at
It does require
medium to low level that you guys have gotten legendary items.
Alrighty. Okay.
Well,
So that means that if I touch it with it, like if I do like an attack like that, it's an extra 8d6 radiant damage.
it would only do 8d6 radiant damage. You wouldn't be able to stack that with like an unarmed strike or anything.
Well, yeah, I mean, but I could follow up with like an arm strike or something. Or a dagger.
I mean, yeah, if that's how you wanted to use it.
I don't know.
Does it specify if it breaks after the charges are used?
Yeah, it's
It
after
does.
the 7 charges are used, it's destroyed. That's a
And
good one.
The glow's ever present, like or the energy that's coming off of her.
After it does require attunement. So
Yeah, I gotta
after
pick
she's
something to.
What is
attuned
this?
to it, the glow
That's
fades.
Luke's bag. Give it back to him, Sweet.
but there's still like a heaviness to the air around her whenever you're like in proximity to her. You can feel the weight of the energy around her.
Kind of like how the
Pressure.
luck blade, it just carried,
Weapon
like,
of
just the
warning.
magic that was imbued in it itself almost changed the energy in the room.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm unattuning the weapon of warning for this talisman.
And you do? Alright. So, after the crates are searched, I assume you guys toss them back in the portable hole and
Yeah,
prepare
not even
for
decrates.
prepare for sleep.
Dunk. Yep.
Mhm.
Going to bed. I'm doing a quick prayer before. I'm doing a quick prayer at my little altar in my room for ROI for this blessing of
Roll,
goodness.
roll a religion.
Yeah, +4.
Are you doing anything before you knock out Mondo?
Ah. So 6, 10.
Yeah, I'll just do I'll do a quick prayer as well to the tavern
Can
host.
you see the wall?
All right.
Another wall?
What did you draw on
Roll
it?
your religion.
Yes, I did.
Okay,
But
that's
you-
good.
Why are you asking me to look at the wall then? Stop biting your nails.
Plus 6.
Ah,
So that's 16
I
and
was
18
telling
is
the
16.
blocks.
22.
22.
Coloring the
You
No.
begin praying to the sovereign host. Is there anything that you pray about in particular?
Please help to guide us in the larger decisions we have to make that could be world altering.
Okay. You feel as the thoughts and prayers escape your mind, sending them out into the universe, that the point at which the deities pointed at your chest begins to grow warm, and while your eyelids are closed, you see this sort of faint, luminescent, pale blue color seeping through your eyelids, and as you open them, there is a faint glow coming from your dragon mark at the same time.
Okay. I'll just kind of take that in, and then I'll settle in for the night and go into a setting trance.
Alright. You trance, you knocking out.
Yep.
You guys riding through the night still.
Is Oswald doing that?
I mean, he hasn't stopped, but he doesn't know whether or not the plan was to continue on, or if you were resting at some point.
No, we'll just keep going.
Okay. I'd say probably with the next 2 hours worth of travel, you'll no longer be able to get a long rest for the night, so you'll take an exhaustion point. You just have disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay, just a second, baby.
Um,
We're about to take a break.
And after that, you are now at the mountain range where you guys found the bunker. Just roll a quick survival check to see if you can recall how to get there from where you're at, because you guys didn't really take a straight path to get to it.
With disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
Because of it. 8.
Takes you the better part of another hour to just get your bearings in this ravine and figure out where the entrance was, but towards the tail end of the hour you spent looking for it, you do find the entrance. What?
This talisman gives me +2 to my spell attack, and my spell attack is already 6.
Holy.
That's +8. And if I use magic weapon at 2nd level, I can add another +1 to that. Yeah, and at higher levels, if I cast magic weapon at 4th level or higher, it increases to 2, and at the 6th level, it increases by 3.
Holy shit.
Shit. Okay. I need to start using my spells.
So you know I didn't want to give you that.
Merry Christmas to me.
Merry Christmas. God.
Thank you, babe.
You're welcome.
Santa
honey.
granted my present. Okay.
Alright, so, do you enter? I assume you do.
Yes.
Alright, so you open up the door, and Oswald's looking at this large metal door in this, like, sort of tucked away cavernous area. He's like, am I going with you, or should I just stay and watch the card? I think I'm gonna stay and watch the card, okay? It's been fun. I'll see you in a little bit. As you walk in, it's still very dark in here. Oh wait, but you have devil sight.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you're good. You after entering, make an immediate right to the door that you guys had uncovered just before you left the bunker the first time, and you open it up and reveal the room where the teleportation circle, the damaged teleportation circle had been. And you do see that it appears to have been worked on significantly by Xandris. The areas where the circle itself had been destroyed or had other runes placed over it had been slightly repaired to a degree. And it does seem as though there's a faint magical aura coming off of it.
Okay. It's almost at 2 hours.
Oh, you want to take another break?
Well, after Randall does what he's gonna do, I think
Okay.
2 hour mark would be good.
You want to play
We've got 12, 13.
Do you want to take the break for hide and seeking?
Maybe, I don't know, Evie. I'm kind of hungry.
Well, but your stomach is not growling.
You can feel it.
I'm gonna cast Healing Word on myself.
And you
I
do
don't
roll
know
your
anything.
heals?
You can't get up to the ground, tell me.
That is 8.
Just don't hear anything.
Okay.
If you listen to it, you hear.
I'm gonna go take a look at this
You hear it?
teleport device.
Boom, 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 boom.
So you walk over
You might
to
be,
the teleportation
hurt.
circle, just look it over a couple times. Roll an Arcana check.
That's a natural 1.
Oof.
I mean, it seems like it might work again. You don't really know how you would get it to. Are you gonna stand in the circle?
Yeah, I'll just stand in the circle.
Alright. So you walk into the teleportation circle, you stand there, bring up your magical power to its maximum, and nothing happens. Evelyn! Please stop beating on stuff.
Are there any buttons or anything of the likeness?
Stop.
No?
Other than the teleportation circle, there's just a few small pieces of paper that are torn, scattered about the floor. Nothing else in the room.
Can I take a look at these pieces of paper to see if they're important in any way?
Sure, make an investigation.
9.
Nothing significant.
Hmm.
Do you want to think on it while we're on break?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
Oh. It's so good for you.